Hej, 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 ludziska! W następnym odcinku zagrajmy, przepraszam, Fallout New Vegas. Więc tak, skończyliśmy na nie wiadomo czym, a dokładnie nie wiadomo czym. Oczywiście na... Ja to zostawiłem pewnie... aha. Okej, ale skoro mam się odsunąć od drzwi, to jak mam wejść? Pomyśl coś. O, dobra. Mały problem ze słuchawkami był, ale to już naprawione. Mi się psują słuchawki. No dokładnie ten pałąk. Nie użycie liska, czym naprawiałem pałąk. Mianowicie kojarzycie łatki do klejenia dentek rowerowych? No, wewnątrz są...
How did you resolve the situation with the ranger?
Wewnątrz są takie metalowe jej słowa mnie zabrakło kawałki metalu do ścierania matowienia właściwie dętki, aby łatwiej klej trzymał się. No to właśnie to użyłem. Wykrzywiłem, wziąłem taśma izolacyjna. Ale się trzyma, więc spoko. Wolałbym super glue, ale chwilowo nie mam przy sobie.
Gone. Why did he leave? And what makes you think he won't be back?
Sobie robię herbatki. No to akurat bardzo... No właśnie, spójrzcie teraz na to. Dobry przykład porównania... Sorry, jeszcze chwilę. Dobra, wydawało mi się tylko, że się poluźniło jakoś ostro. Fajny moment na porównanie powiedzmy Fallouta 4 i w tego jest New Vegas. Zobaczcie, no to mamy no opłatnego dałoby się pewnie coś tam jeszcze wymyślić bez większych problemów, ale no tu mamy akurat jedną tylko drogę. W innych wypadkach mamy nawet chyba z 10. Opcji drogowych oczywiście. A tam mamy tylko i wyłącznie zawsze 4. Oczywiście też można by było to fajnie zakończyć rozmowę, nie? No ale to mogłoby się skończyć dość... boleśnie i szybko? No wiecie, takiego śledzia się nie olewa.
Yes, you exploited his fear of powder gangers very effectively. The collar includes a microphone, you see. Part of the test. He'll keep his distance, setting ambushes, never suspecting that these bunkers house something far more dangerous to him than criminals. Well played. Since you completed your assigned task, I will allow you to come and go from the bunker freely. So let's get that collar off. There, that's better, I hope. Now that we have that bit of unpleasantness out of the way, there is a matter that I would like to discuss with you. Stop by the command room when you can. Oh, and bear in mind, if you end up betraying us, we will know it. And there will be no mercy.
No. Sorry.
What I wish to discuss...
A Jezu, no serio. Tu masz problemy.
Your presence here, let's just say it's highly irregular.
Domyślam się.
Outsiders aren't even allowed to know that our bunker's here, let alone come and go freely. You impressed Elder McNamara, obviously. He must believe that you'd be very useful.
No zobaczymy.
That's right. Nothing gets in or out of here without me knowing it.
Tu mamy okaz 3.
Normally, that would have fallen under my jurisdiction, but the Elder thought it provided good test for you, so I backed off. Under the lockdown, only essential personnel are permitted to enter or leave. That includes supply runners and high security patrols. All other personnel are forbidden to leave, and any personnel that were out there when the lockdown was enacted are forbidden from returning. Fine by me? Bye.
No tam się przydała, jak już mamy też możliwość powiedzmy powrotu kontroli wieżyczek.
Only a few people get to venture outside. Usually they trade for food.
Pomyślę, że by nie mogli mieć tutaj jakiejś czegoś w stylu krypt, prawda? Jakiejś wytwórni roślin pożywienia, o tak to może ujmę. Czyż nie? I wody. No wodę pewnie mają, ale tu nic nie otworzę, co? Cie. Nikt mnie nie kocha. Jesteśmy elokwentni. No ale buty mamy. Paladyn po prostu. Po prostu paladyn. No siemasz. Z pisem Gaussa zasuwasz, stary. Bogacza, co? Kogo tu mamy? Nowicjusz. Nowicjusz. Blondie jakaś. Ale walisz tym
Yeah?
po oczach.
It's our virtual reality training hall. We don't really go out all that often anymore, so this is how we stay sharp.
To co? Ja tu nic nie widzę. Powinno być indziej. No ale dobra.
Yeah, a lot more. Back when we were at the Helio station. Oh, crap.
Wygadała się.
I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to talk about that, especially with outsiders. So forget you just heard that, okay?
Zastanowię się. Dobre pytanie.
Head scribe Taggart quickly realized my extraordinary talent when I took the mandatory VR combat testing. Soon after that, he requested that I get transferred to VR specialist training, serving as his assistant. I miss hanging out with the other students all the time, but at least I get to skip all those boring lectures. Well, like just about everyone else here, I grew up in the Brotherhood. My father was a scribe and my mother a paladin. They both died at Helios 1. The others were always like a family to me before that, but afterward they became my family in truth. Well, like just about everyone else here, I grew up in the Brotherhood.
Dobrze, to już słyszałem.
I don't know. I'm a little like both of them, I guess. If I had to choose, I really don't know which I'd pick. That's a question I've been asked a lot lately, since it's something I have to decide for myself soon.
Niebezpieczny skryba.
I'm currently an apprentice in the Brotherhood, and recently became eligible for journeyman status. But first I have to decide which order I want to join. The Knights or the Scribes? Knights are in charge of all of our equipment. Power armor, Gatling lasers, you name it. All of it built and maintained by Knights. Knights also get to go out on patrols, scouting assignments, and support the Paladins in offensive operations. Being a Knight would mean getting the world, fight the Brotherhood's enemies, and possibly someday become a Paladin like my mother.
Ciekawe, nie? Właśnie skrybą matka z paladynem, ale też ciekawe, że jakby jednostka wojskowa także wytwarza te przedmioty wszystkie, nie? Bo ja rozumiem, że konserwacja i tak dalej, no to jak najbardziej, ale żeby też wytwarzanie? To bardziej pod skrybowy. Wiesz, skryban też właściwie tylko bardziej pasowałoby tylko dokumentowanie różne, kupieka robota, ale tak szeroko ujmując to. Właśnie, jeszcze powiedz mi. Jeszcze to. W skrybach.
The scribes are responsible for discovering how all the old tech we recover actually works, and sometimes even work on inventing new things. Without them, the Brotherhood could never fulfill its mission. Or at least that's what my dad always used to say.
No w sumie. No to baj.
Download complete. Begin recording. Navarro Outpost Scientist, I am glad that EDE has reached you. You will find several data banks of information on this machine.
Dawaj.
Please handle this information with the utmost care, as it represents the sum total of the results of my research on the Duraframe iBots. There are also several data banks with information on my research into Poseidon Energy, and some projects they were working on in the Mojave area.
Ciekawe. Tak sobie się i dziumdziam kurę herbatkę. Może prawie całą wychlał. Moment, ty jakoś... Aha. O cholera, zawsze zostawiłem gdzie indziej. W innych portkach, o. Tak to je może ujmę. Filmik portka zostały. Zostało moje żarcie.
How may I assist you?
Paladyn, po prostu paladyn.
The principles of fusion are relatively simple. I have important work to do, so no time.
I co, kozę będziesz robił? Tak, dla niewtajemniczonych koza w Falloutie 3 występowała, czyli taki... Tutaj pamiętacie, na początku mieliśmy okazję, aby się stworzyć waszą postać, prawda? Dokładniej rzecz... napijemy się. Dokładnie rzecz ujmując, mam na myśli ten test osobowy. Czyli sobie były te znaczki, różne plamy i tak dalej. To mniej więcej działało na tym. Tak, przecież nie mam tego. Cholera, ale to bardzo dobra toaleta by byłaby do tego. Napełnienia tych wszystkich tych. Aha, tu też. Kopsniemy się na górę. Wypadałoby napełnić nasze napojemniczki.
How may I assist you?
Wątpię, wszyscy jacyś tak pomocni. Wyczki są skierowane, więc tutaj wyjście musi być. To my sprawdzimy, czy nas nie ma chwilowo na górze. Sorki. Wow, jaki wartownik. Ja pierdziu. Weź całość. Bum, 92. Może się ubierzemy jak ludzie. Jaki nie... Ja chcę i czekam jak idiota, aż mi się włączyć na końcu. No tak. To było mądre. A więc tak. Beret. No może nie, ale to założymy. Bandyty sapera. Średnio. Kombinezon, maska chirurga. Możemy ją założyć. To nie. Chociaż broń palna i handel, to nie. Tak, to. NRC jest nawet gorszy. Optical mask. Naprawmy to może. Bandyty sapera. Się zawsze do czegoś przydaje to. Taki złom. Bandyty pustkowi. Który jest droższy? Bandyty sapera. Dobra. I odciążymy się od razu, nie? No tak nie możemy przecież nosić. I na razie też szybko nie chcę nosić pancerz pomaganych. Pomimo, że uwielbiam je, grając ubóstwiam, nie chcę ich szybko nosić. Bo jeszcze jest kilka takich ciekawych pancerzy, które chciałbym jednak założyć, zanim jednak będę nosił te... Czarny, alternatywny, snajperski, hilltop, nie wiem co jest, Sandstorm, burzy piaskowa? Digital. Nie wiem, digital chyba był paskudny chyba. Uprząż elektryczna. Chyba wszystko w porządku, zobaczmy jak wyglądamy. Nie, to nie był ten paskudny. To był ten cyfrowy chyba, jak rozumiem. A raczej tak, z kamuflażem tym cyfrowym. Chyba tak to się nazywa, ale dobrze pamiętam w ogóle. Ruszcie swoje schabowe. Co 6. Ale jest jakby, faktycznie byśmy wolniej biegli. Nie strzelać!
The bark
Oh.
Hello, you must be the outsider everyone's talking about. I'm Linda Schuller. If you ever need medical attention, this is the place to come.
Jakby niemiecki akcent. To.
This? This is nothing. You should see some of the wounds I've seen paladins come back with. Not my clinical opinion.
O właśnie.
I can't say it's something I treat all the time, but I should have something to help you through it.
No, wylecz mnie.
There, that's got.
Skoro już jestem, to... To jakieś przyboleje, ale to...
I suppose I have a few things around that I can spare.
Dzielić? To dzieli się ze mną, kobieto, dziel się, no. Bardzo chętnie. Dzielić się należy. No. A to sprzedawać mi tutaj to. Antyrady. Radex. Stimpaki, o. To weźmiemy w każdej ilości. Medex. Tani dosyć. Mam 5500 kapsli. Koszyk sobie. Brudna woda, kleszcze. To weźmiemy. Strzykawki? No w sumie. Uzbrojenie. Co ci mogę sprzedać? 9 za 9 mm. Automatic polizer, detonator, granat. A, weź sobie. Karabin na jedynie. Nie, zostawiamy go. Laser rifle. Świetnie mi potrzebny. Miecz ognia zostaje. Nóż bojowy. Sobie weź. Plazmogret. Nie, to nie. Zero wspomnienia mam. Ogólnie chyba mam zamiar.
Give me a shout if you need anything else. Yes, I handle all medical needs in the bunker. If you're ever you for a fee. Normally I'd just be the base's medical officer, but my other duties say otherwise. We have equipment here to treat most physical injuries. Lacerations, broken bones, that sort of thing. We also carry a full supply of antitoxins. You may have noticed the bark scorpions up above. Though tiny, their venom packs quite a punch. Treating scorpion stings is my most common procedure. I can also treat any form of radiation sickness you pick up out in the waste. No matter what stage. Save the last. I'm this bunker's head scribe in everything but name. I supervise the research teams. I collate the reports. I attend the meetings. But for reasons beyond me, that buffoon Taggart still gets the title. And don't get me started on that little pet of his. Everyone around here knows what's going on there but her. Oh, I tried. The Elder listened patiently to my carefully constructed argument regarding why the buffoon should lose his position. Then he just as patiently explained to me that Taggart's work was vital to our cause, and that he wasn't to be trifled with lesser matters. But vital to our cause? Hardly. Yet, if hey.
You must be the stranger I've been hearing about. Sorry, but I'm strictly forbidden from offering our tech to out. Besides, I'm a little busy right now. Sorry, outsider, but I'm not allowed to. Besides, I'm a little. Sorry, outsider.
How may I assist you?
Look, this isn't a great time. Oh, what the hell? It's not like we're making any progress. I'm Ibsen, and I hope your day is going better than mine is. You and me both. The Elder wants this data store operational pronto, but it doesn't look like the damn thing will be working anytime soon. One of our exploratory patrols, back when we had exploratory patrols, found a data disk in some ruins out in the waste. Well, we finally got around to the damn thing and got shut out of our own data store the second it loaded. Turns out it had a virus on it. Oh, there are patrols, just not exploratory ones. We've been in a state of lockdown for, well, let's just say it's been a while. The only time anyone gets to go topside is guard duty, or to gather provisions. Other than that, it's steel walls and fluorescent lights for us. That's not really for me to say. It's a bit of a touchy subject. You should probably forget I mentioned it. Yeah, some pre-war jackass with too much time on his hands apparently decided to inflict his misery on those around him. It's scrambling all the terminals here at the moment. Luckily, we only use this section for storing historical data. I suppose it couldn't hurt to get another pair of eyes on this. Maybe you'll be able to come up with something coming at it fresh. While the entire system is infected, the virus itself is spread across 3 terminals. The problem is that it keeps moving periodically. We'll have it nailed down in a terminal or two, only to have it jump to another set of terminals before we locate the 3rd. What? No, that's brilliant. It would let us seal a portion of the virus to a particular terminal, even when the other parts move. Best of luck to you. I'll tell the others to take a break so they don't get in your way. Oh, and I'll keep track of when it jumps for you. To maximize your chances, wait for my signal before you begin. The virus just jumped. Find which terminals it... went to. Seconds. Damn, it's jumped. I thought we might have had it that time. Hello, outsider. Did you want to try isolating the virus? All right, I'll monitor when it jumps. The virus just jumped. Find which terminals it went to. 10 seconds. Damn. It's jumped. I thought we... Did you want to try isolating the... The virus just jumped. Find which terminals it went to. That's it. We got it. The virus has been purged. You actually did it. If you don't mind my saying so, I didn't think you had a chance in hell of pulling it off. But I'm glad to be wrong for once. Thank you, my friend. Please feel free to access the data store at your leisure. I'm only allowed to give you access to non-classified topics, but it's better than nothing, right? Oh, all kinds of things. There was already information regarding the layout and systems of this bunker, but we've since added our own data as well. Prior to the lockdown, we had extensively scouted the surrounding area and compiled dossiers on nearby points of interest. Well, you'd have to get a senior-level member of the chapter to unlock a topic for you. I've given you access to what I can, but that's not much. The majority of topics fall under Ramos's aegis, since they'd constitute a security risk. Good luck getting anything out of him. You might have better luck with another member of the senior staff. Try talking to them about it. Bye.
Lost touch so long ago. Where are you now? I barely know. It hurts to say we've gone our separate ways, and I'll see you someday soon. And even through the fog of time, I'll remember the days just fine when I was your favorite hero. That was so long ago, yeah. I can't be your shining armor anymore. You don't need my protection, but we'll always have a connection. No, I can't be your shining armor anymore. You don't need my defenses. You're growing up and moving on. I'll always love you from afar, but you're growing up and moving on without me.
get any ideas.
You're being watched, so don't get any ideas. Hmm? Oh, you must be the outsider everyone's buzzing about. Pleased to meet you. I'm Lorenzo, senior knight and general handyman around here. Bye. Yes, what is it? Ah, the outsider. I suppose it's too much to ask that jarhead Ramos to keep outsiders away from my research. I am head scribe Taggart, and I am much too busy to deal with the likes of you right now. being watched, so don't get any ideas. When you first showed up on our doorstep, I'll admit at first I didn't know what to think. After giving the matter some thought, however, I've decided that an outsider could be of great use to me right now. However, I will not force you to help us. Should you refuse, you will... Though no, we will be keeping an eye on you. What do you say, outsider? Are you willing to help us? Then allow me to explain our situation. This bunker is currently locked down, allowing no entry or exit, with you being one of the few exceptions. In exceptional cases, teams are sent out to investigate sites or retrieve materials deemed too important to ignore. 3 such teams have gone missing recently, and the news of their disappearance has not yet been widely spread to avoid undue concern. In order to maintain the peace and adhere to the strictures of the lockdown, I need to send someone else to discover what happened to them. That is unfortunate. As long as there is a chance... I'm glad I can count on you. Oh, and one other thing. The shielding of the bunker prevents us from actively tracking them, but their position... Should our worst fears become realized, please bring back all 3 of the holotapes from the patrols. Otherwise, bring our brothers home. I've given the order that you be given access to some of the equipment our scouts and patrols have scavenged over the years. You won't be allowed to purchase any prohibited equipment, but hopefully some of what's available will prove useful to you.
So, you're the outsider that's been given leave to wander around freely. Desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. Name's Hardin. I'm the head paladin of this chapter, and I think we might be able to help each other out. I don't know what the Elder talked to you about, but I can tell you this chapter is in trouble. And he's at the center of it. Are you willing to listen to what I have to say? As you may have already heard, this entire base is under a state of lockdown. No one goes out except small patrols at night. Most of the chapter has been sealed in here for years, and those few who were outside when the lockdown was initiated are forbidden from returning. Morale has plummeted as time has gone by, and many of our current paladins haven't seen combat outside of training simulations, and all because of the Elder's explicit order that no one be allowed in or out. The only way things will change is if a new Elder is installed. Of course I have, many times in fact. The Elder has an open-door policy and will listen to advice on any subject save this one. He refuses to see that our isolation is slowly weakening us. Aside from being our duty, going out on missions is what kept us strong. And because he fails to see that, he must be replaced. I don't know. I've gone through our records dozens of times looking for a precedent regarding the dismissal of an Elder and come up with nothing. The people who are most likely to know how it could be done are also some of McNamara's strongest supporters, so they refuse to help me, which is why we're having this conversation. An outsider such as yourself would arouse less suspicion asking questions about such matters. The fact that the Elder has some tasks for you means his faithful won't suspect you, and you have a line open to the man himself. In short, you're in a perfect position to help me. Will you at least think about it? That'll have to do. I'd recommend going to see Ramos first. As head of security, he's more familiar with our protocols than anyone else here. You could also try to find something relevant in our data store, though last I heard Scribe Ibsen is having a bit of a problem accessing it. And if McNamara should give you any tasks, I'd ask that you kept me abreast of them. Report anything you find to me, and we'll move from there. What is it, outsider? Yes. I know the loss of the patrols has weighed heavily on his mind for some time. He took it very personally when they first went missing. That was when I first began to seriously question his ability to lead us. A commander has to be able to deal with the potential loss of his men. It's strange that he would ask you to find mission discs on them, however. The missing paladins were all on standard patrols, which don't need them. Only brothers sent on special assignments are given mission discs. If you should find any on the lost patrols, let me know. It's a travesty is what it is. Every second we sit on our hands down here is another second that we're not fulfilling our sworn duty. It's not that I dislike the Elder, but I strongly disapprove of his current style of leadership. We're safe, yes, but at what cost? After lifting the lockdown, the first thing I'd do is send scouts out to recon the area. We need to know what's going on out there. Next, I'd resume patrols in the near vicinity and begin sending search teams out to the spots the scouts reported were relatively safe. It's standard procedure when a chapter relocates to an area, but standard procedure wasn't our last Elder's style, either. Elijah was a strange one. His even becoming Elder was highly questionable, seeing as how he was a scribe. Typically, only paladins are eligible. But an exception was made in his case on account of him being a genius. Unfortunately, whatever scientific acumen he had didn't extend to tactics. Trying to defend Helios was a blunder of the worst kind, and many brothers lost their lives because of it. Many of the senior paladins, myself included, advised him to fight a retreating action, but he refused to budge. Said he almost had it working. We never did find out exactly what he was talking about. When the perimeter was finally overrun, the Elder had simply vanished. Helios was the worst goddamn action I've seen in a long, long career of fighting. Bye.
Morning.
Hello again, my friend. I hope you've... I can understand how the man might be frustrated by the current situation. He's a take-charge sort of fellow. Standing around's not his strong suit. I myself often wish we could end this interminable stasis and begin moving forward again.
Later.
Good to see you again.
Hello. Morning.
The word came down from the Elder that I'm to offer you some of our lesser wares. As if I didn't have other matters on my mind. If you must know, My inventory check this week shows that our weapon count is 1 short. Somehow we're missing a laser pistol. Hardin will have my head if I don't find that weapon soon. I can't delay my report to him any longer. If you happen to find it, bring it here right away. I might be able to throw a few supplies your way if you do.
Yes, can I help you? No. Bye.
Yeah? Well, like...
Hello again, my friend. Hello again, my friend. You... Yes, what is it?
Yeah?
Have you found it? Our patrols are always bringing more stuff in. Take a look.
Hello, outsider.
After the battle at Helios 1,
Hello,
some people
outsider.
were worried about the NCR coming after us. But this bunker is secure.
Oh, hey there. So, you've been talking to Harden, eh? He's been looking for a way to usurp McNamara ever since the lockdown started. Don't get me wrong, he's a good man. But Elder McNamara has done all right by us. If it weren't for him, none of us would have survived at Helios. I'll tell you what I told Harden. There have been only a few cases of elders being dismissed from their posts in the Brotherhood's history. And those involve crimes that someone like Elder McNamara is just not capable of. You can look it up for yourself if you want. I'll grant you access to that portion of the history section of our data store. See Senior Scribe Ibsen about accessing it. I'm sure someone's told you all this before. Several years back, we were running our chapter out the Helios 1 solar power station. Our elder at the time, Elijah, had some kind of obsession with the place, which is the only reason we stayed as long as we did. That place was hardly defensible, and we knew the NCR was moving in on us, but the elder refused to budge, insisting that he just needed more time. We never found out what he needed time for. Wave upon wave of NCR troopers hit us from all directions. We held out for a time, but we were grossly outnumbered, and they had more men than we had ammo. Eventually, our positions collapsed. Elder Elijah was nowhere to be found, so McNamara took charge and led what remained of us on a counteroffensive west. We lost a lot of men and women, but we broke through and made it here. Make no mistake, McNamara saved this chapter that day. Who was Elijah more like? He was our elder before McNamara. Bright guy, but just between you and me, he was a little off. Our mission is to recover and preserve the technology of the past, but Elijah wanted more. He sought ways to improve upon technology, make it better. When we found Helios 1, he was like a kid in a candy store. He kept talking about the potential and a grand design never realized. He even insisted we set up our base there, against the objection of nearly every paladin. Is a whole other story.